Okay, so you should be seeing this video after you have completed and turned in your PAMASHAM worksheet into the back basket. So make sure you did that before you start watching this video. You're going to need your salmon note packet in order to complete this video. So here we go. Today we're talking about domains. So you can see back on the back wall that some things have started to be glued on up there or taped on up there. So you can see there are 3 words. Those are the ones that we're going to be learning about today, are the domains. So remember this guy, Carl Linnaeus. He was the dude that classified organisms. He gave them the 2-part names. Remember the Felis domesticus? That's the domestic cat. Okay, so he also grouped things just as he could see. So remember, this was back in the 1730s. There was no microscopes. We really didn't know about microscopic life at all. So he could see 2 different things, plants and animals. That's all he could see with his naked eye. So that's how he classified things. He said, yeah, that's a plant, that's an animal, and that's it. So here's that point reinforced. He didn't have microscopes to see the microscopic world, but today we do have the power to see microscopic organisms. So we can classify things into 3 domains that are actually a little bit different than what Carl first was talking about. So we have 3: bacteria, archaea, and eukarya. That last one should sound really familiar because Miss Sewell moos all the time at you guys. Eukarya has a true nucleus, okay? I like to describe this nice and easy as BAE. The 3 domains are BAE. B-A-E, bacteria, archaea, eukarya. Easy enough, okay? So we're looking at the 3 letters here. Bacteria, archaea, eukarya, BAE. So organisms are going to be sorted into domains based on 3 different characteristics: how their cells are structured, if they can make their own food or not, and how many cells do they have. So there's only so many options, and this was actually your bell ringer, I think, today. Cell structure: are they eukaryotic or prokaryotic? The ability to make food: are they heterotrophic or autotrophic? And the last one, number of cells: are they unicellular or multicellular? You guys already did this today for your bell ringer. Okay, so here's just reinforced one more time. This is a good picture. It doesn't make a whole lot of sense to you guys yet, but here's the common ancestor of everything that's alive today. So if you believe in evolution, this is the OG organism. That is where everything started from. And then bacteria started to branch out. And then the archaea started to branch out. And here's us, eukaryotes. This is all of the humans, the plants, the animals, the mushrooms, all of that fun stuff. Okay, so there's that BAE one more time for you. Here's a nice little GIF. Nothing too fancy. So the bacteria you can see over here, got some squiggly guys, some small dudes. The archaea look almost the same. And the eukarya, you can see we got plants, that squirrel looking thing, a mushroom, and whatever's swimming through there. Okay, so we're going to break these down a little bit more specifically. Okay, so starting with bacteria. So bacteria are everywhere. I mean, if you could see them, that would be all you see. They're on your hands, they're in your eyes, they're on your mouth, your tongue, they're on your fingertips, the paper, the pencils, the laptops, the desk. We might wipe down the desk once a week, but that doesn't even put a dent in the number of bacteria that are all around you, okay? So most bacteria are going to be autotrophs, and some of them are going to be heterotrophs. So that doesn't really help us here because it's a little bit of both. The one distinguishing factor is that they are prokaryotes. So they don't have a nucleus. Remember that we always describe DNA like being spaghetti in a bowl. Well, they don't have a bowl. So their DNA just kind of chills wherever it wants. It just kind of floats around in there. So that's why I have this little phrase here, DNA floats. Is because there's no bowl or there's no nucleus to kind of hold it down. They are unicellular, so that's going to mean that they have one single cell, like a unicycle or a unibrow, one wheel or one brow. Okay. And these are going to be called germs. So if your doctor, or your mom, your grandma, your teacher, the cafeteria ladies, whoever, they say, go wash your hands, get rid of all them germs. This is what they're talking about. They're talking about bacteria. Here's a whole bunch of bacteria. Here's a couple close up. These are actually computer images. They're not real, but they're based on real images under a microscope. So this guy's real fancy. He's got what's called cilia and flagella. We're going to talk about both of those here in the next couple of weeks. So bacteria are all around you. They're unicellular. They're prokaryotic. They're called germs. Nothing too complicated there. The next group we have to learn about are archaea. These guys are ancient, so remember that both of them start with A to help you remember. Archaea are ancient. What that means is they're really old and they have not changed a whole lot. They are unicellular prokaryotes, so one cell, no nucleus, basically the same thing already as bacteria. Here's the same thing again. Some are autotrophs, some are heterotrophs. What makes them different than bacteria, though, is their chemical makeup. And I know we haven't talked about chemistry a whole lot this year, and that's okay. We just need to know, you need to know that their cell structure is different. That's really all we need to know. These ancient guys, they're also what's called extremophiles. They love extreme things. They love extremely hot places like a volcano. They like extremely cold places like the bottom of the ocean. They like extremely salty places where nothing else on Earth can live. So anytime you see the word philes, the suffix philes, that means loves. So if you saw an aquaphile, they love water. Okay? And last but not least is domain eukarya. Okay? Big spoiler alert, they are all eukaryotes, and just like Miss Sewell would be proud about, eukaryotes have a true nucleus, so you gotta remember that. There are 4 kingdoms in this domain, and tomorrow I'm gonna put the kingdoms up on the wall. Okay, so don't freak out when you don't see them on the wall yet, but we're gonna talk about them. So it's protist, fungi, plants, and animals. You can see over here in this picture, eukarya. The protists are the biggest subsection. There's a ton of them out there. The plants, the fungi, and the animals, they only get one little tree limb each. The protists are the biggest section. So we're going to talk about absolutely everything on this slide at some point. We're just not there quite yet. Okay? So your notes should be done for the day. Go back to Google Classroom, please, and find what you are supposed to do next.